Hi guys, welcome back on board of Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and where it's heading in the immediate short term. When exactly I think Bitcoin will hit its all-time highs above 75, 76,000. Of course, we're going to talk some traditional markets as well, such as S&P 500, and how I was able to predict that we're hitting all-time high prices for S&P 500 as well. So let's get started, guys. Let's just start with the Bitcoin chart on the 4 hourly and how I was able to predict this huge dump here. From prices of around 66,000, I've said we're gonna drop down to prices below 60,000 and then final wash off to confuse all the participants in the markets, especially the bulls, and to drop to prices of around 59,000. Below 50,000, I didn't know it's gonna be 49,000, but I said I'm anticipating a move below 50,000. From here, I said below 50 and then below 40. Then I said a huge bounce, and that's what we did. On S&P 500, I said a V-shaped recovery, while all these big YouTubers were calling for a bear market to go into the abyss. I said the structure looks bullish, setting up higher lows and higher highs, and an ABC correction, a regular one on Elliott wave theory. It's not something extraordinary. It's something very typical for a healthy bull trend, and that's exactly what we did. We corrected. Yes, it was a big correction, 10%, but nevertheless, just a correction. And then I said I anticipate a V-shaped recovery. I mean, guys, you can just turn back some of my videos. You clearly see it's there. I anticipate a V-shaped recovery, um, testing price of around 5,650 at its previous all-time highs. Probably will come back to retest this previous resistance line, twice its resistance at a previous all-time high, at price of around 5,690 and 70. And then once again we tested it end of July at 5,551. And then exactly what we did, we turned back, we tested this previous resistance line, we turned into support and continuation of the trend on the upside. I mean, I've been calling S&P 500 for 2-3 months now, perfectly to a T. After that, I said continuation of the trend on the upside, start hitting all-time high prices in the immediate short term. And I'm not gonna be surprised at all if we start hitting prices of above 6,000 for S&P 500 by the end of this year or early next one. And that's exactly what we did. In the process now, I can clearly see we formed another bullish chart pattern, a reverse head and shoulders, and measured from the head to the bottom. That's above 6,200 for for S&P 500. So by the end of the year, early next one, I anticipate price of above 6,200 for S&P 500. And then once we start testing this huge resistance line on the upside, we can even snap further than that. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why so many people are calling for bear market. I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of people who are calling for bear markets here in October of 2023, even here in March of 2023, here as well in December of 2022. But as you can clearly see, the chart look extremely bullish. We're in a raging bull market, and I don't understand why I'm gonna be pessimistic or I'm gonna be bearish. For me personally, this is a very bullish structure. Of course, the charts are very unpredictable. Anything I say in this video is not a financial advice, it's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. But I'm telling you what I'm doing. So we're setting up, these things, these corrections. No asset group, no asset go in a straight upline. Yes, we have a corrections along the way, but you can clearly see how we managed to create this bottom formation, setting up higher highs, higher lows, and then continuation of the trend. I mean, I'm telling you here in end of October of 2023, between the period of end of July and end of October, we had a huge, massive correction, over 15% on the downside, lasting multiple months. But I remain bullish. Why? Well, because the structure hasn't broken. Now, I mean, of course, if there's a huge black swan event, unexpected, like a new COVID variant or something deadly like a huge war, global war, of course, the markets will drop. But so far, so good. We are in an extremely bullish trend. But let's get back to Bitcoin and what I'm anticipating in the next week. Perhaps I'm calling it now. I anticipate by 24th of October, we start hitting price of above all-time highs, price of above 76,000, 77,000. Why do I think so? Well, I explain to you now. On the 4-hourly chart, we're setting up higher lows, as we can clearly see perfectly. Tested this huge resistance line 3 times, and every single time we tested, we bounce on the upside. Here again, setting up higher highs perfectly. What I've said here, the at the end of last week, I anticipate Bitcoin when it was below 60,000, it was around 59,000, to hit a price of around 70,000. Anyway, let's just get back. So this dump predicted, the bounce back coded, the consolidation phase, every single move showing the previous chart pattern was pretty good as well. The local top I quoted from 65,000. From 65,000, I said I've posted over 20 warning videos between the period of 23rd of August till 6th of September, over 20 warning videos that from 65 I anticipate to bottom at 52 and then continuation of the trend. And that's exactly what we did. From 65, first I said we're going to drop to 57, 58,000. That's what we did. In the process, we form another bearish pattern, head and shoulders, and we're going to further drop to 55, 54. And that's exactly what we did. And then I said the bottom is not yet in. The bottom will be at 52,000. In the process, we formed another descending triangle pattern. We broke down. And then I said it will be healthy for to retest 52, 53. We went to 53, bounced back. We took this bear trap at 57,000 and continuation of the trend, setting up higher highs and higher lows, perfectly as predicted. The only part was a week ago where basically there was a Middle East escalation and there was a lot of anxiety and unpredictability in the markets, and that's why we corrected. We had a black swan event when the Middle East happened, and we dropped. We went a little bit and we dropped again, and then I said, okay, well, look, this is this huge triangle pattern that we snap out of it on the upside on 19th of September, right? Setting up higher lows and lower highs, perfect triangle pattern. We broke out on the upside, so the measurement. So we came back, tested this previous resistance, we turned into support, we tested it again just to confirm that this is a bullish trend. We snap on the upside. We talk, as I've said, we're gonna take this local top at 64,500. That's what we did. Consolidate below this resistance line. I said we're gonna snap in the immediate short term, and we're gonna take this local top at 66,500. That's what we did, and then I anticipate to start hitting price of above 68,000. We'll come back to this previous local top at price of around 66,500. That's what we did. We turned into support, a little bit of consolidation, gearing, and now we're gearing up for another move on the upside, start hitting price of above 70,000. So that's my other anticipation, to start hitting price of above 71, 72,000, maybe correct a little bit. We'll come back to 69, 70,000, and then another move, start hitting all-time high prices of above 76, 77,000 by next year on 24th of October. This is just my anticipation. This is my prediction. And again, anything I say in this video, I repeat, is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. But again, we snap out of this huge triangle pattern on the upside. We tested it once, we tested it twice. We broke out of this resistance line, we turned into support, snap on the upper side. We took setting up higher highs. We took this local top at 66,500. We went above 68,000 as predicted, and now we're gearing up for a move above 70,000. I mean, yeah, it looks bullish, guys. The charts on S&P 500 looks bullish, and on BTC. Now, in the immediate short term, is it possible to drop down a little bit because we had a huge, massive um, move on the upside from 59,000 to almost 69,000. Yeah, perhaps we can stay here in these prices between 66 and 68,000 for another couple of days. And next week, perhaps we're gonna snap quickly to all-time high prices. I mean, I don't know exactly how it's gonna play out, but this is just my anticipation and how I see things. Once again, guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you uh, for all the Patreon members. I really work for you guys. You know, you've been a real support, and I really appreciate for subscribing to my Patreon and just being a real support. I work for you guys, honestly speaking. And yeah, for all my YouTube, for the YouTube, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. That'll be much appreciated as well. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I remain bullish on the Bitcoin. My chart prediction has been coming out right perfectly, and yeah, let's see how it's gonna play out today and next week. But I'm calling it next week by 24th of October. Prices of above 76, 77,000. This is just my personal opinion, and let's see how it's gonna play out. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.